Hello, Humanities Passion Project researchers. I'm going to do a mini lesson on using the Gale databases. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start at your dashboard, and you're going to want to go into the Dawson Middle School office page. It's thinking. You're going to want to click on modules. And you're going to want to make sure that you're in the library module, and you're going to want to go to the database links. From here, you're going to click on Gale. Don't forget that this is where you're going to want to access Britannica as well if you decide to use Britannica, because it's going to give you all the tools that I'm going to show you on Gale. You know, like the citation tool and the send it to your Google Drive tool and all that kind of stuff. So once I get there, it has to think. It's going to send me to this. If it asks you to log in, you are Dawson MS, all lowercase, and the password is Lone Star. So the Gale database has different categories in the middle and high school, and health and wellness right here is anything that's about nutrition and, working out and diseases and all that kind of stuff. Opposing viewpoints are going to be controversial issues. Science is going to be science. Middle school is going to be all different kinds of sources that you can get from this site. So to do a preliminary search for a topic, and Shrethan, you need to be listening because your, for some reason, topic popped into my head. I would click science for Shrethan because he's doing sports injuries. And so I'm going to click here. And then I'm going to type in sports injuries and see what happens. Injuries. Oh, look, it's going to start to populate, and it populates right here. And it's going to tell me that it's got all different kinds of articles for me to look at. It's got 185 reference articles. It's got some audio stuff, some biographies. It's got news articles. News articles tend to be shorter, just FYI. It's got academic journals. It's got videos and magazines. For your reading level, I don't know that I would access the academic journals just because they tend to be academic studies, and those are from real scientists doing real studies. And especially in the science, any of the sciences, you may not have the language of the discipline to support your reading level. I always make sure that the full text is checked. Leveled documents will also help you with the reading level. And then peer-reviewed journals just means that they are reviewed by peers, and that's a more academic term, that they have been checked and rechecked and rechecked and rechecked. So you can also do Lexile levels. You can do all different kinds of things over here. So I'm just going to click on the first one because it kind of looked promising for someone like Shrethan who's doing this kind of research. And I'm going to click here. And I'm going to notice some things. First of all, I'm going to scan it to see if it has anything, or if it's any talking about the questions that if I'm Shrethan that I've generated, and I'm just scanning. And so Shrethan has probably, I know he's done some thoughts on concussions. So look, we've got brain injuries here, skeletal injuries. I know he's talked about ACL, MCL, all those. And it looks like just by scanning, it's got what kinds of mechanism, you can tell I'm an orthopedic surgeon's wife, makes these injuries happen. So I'm kind of happy with this. I'm like psyched. It's not too long. I think I'm going to be able to understand it. So I'm going with it. So the very first thing that I want to do is I want to come up here to the citation button, and I'm going to click cite. Okay, MLA 9th edition. Who knew there was a 9th edition? I thought there was only 8. I'm going to copy this right here. I'm going to select it. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it into my annotated bibliography because I'm ready to go. I know I'm going to read this whole article. Then I'm also going to notice that I could download it, and so that I always have a copy of it. That is not a bad idea. Another good idea is to send it to your Google Drive. And my only caution with that is sometimes I lose them in my Google Drive. So you're going to want to go find it once it's downloaded into your Google Drive. It's probably going to be easiest to find into Recents because you could take notes and highlight just from there. Of course, my next thing is I'm going to read through the entire article. I'm going to do a 150-word summary. I'm going to use it to answer my questions and make sure that I do a parenthetical citation. So just FYI, if I look at the parenthetical citation on this, I've got 2 authors. It actually does have page numbers. So if I can find the page numbers down here, I'll include that in my parenthetical citation. So this one would be Haggerty and Fry with the page number, if the page number's there. It may not be, and Shrethan can look on this and see, is it on here? Okay. So let's say that after he reads this one, he gets really interested in knee injuries specifically. So he's got sports injuries here, but he wants to refine his search. So I would go up here to advanced search, and this is what we call Boolean logic. So I'm going to do sports injuries as a keyword. Sports injuries. So I'm clicking here, and then I'm going to do and I'm going to put knee, because it's going to search, the whole thing is going to search for sports injuries and make sure that it has the knee associated with it. So I am, in a sense, narrowing down all those different things that I had, and I'm going to go search. Okay, so knee anatomy and physiology, maybe he wants to go there. Genetic and non-athletic conditions affecting performance, that might be something he's interested. It might be for young athletes. It's an interesting podcast you can listen to, and you can absolutely do podcasts. It's not hard. You just have to listen to it and pause it while you're doing it. News articles, sports people skiing. Oh, someone's knees got injured. I know that Shrethan also likes Dallas Cowboys, so that's kind of where his whole thing started. He could do the advanced search again. He could go sports injuries and just see if he gets anything. Knee. Oops. And Dallas Cowboys. Okay. Let's see if it has anything. It may. You never know. Oh, look. It's got all kinds of them. Bryant Rises, Pro Football. It's got 3 of them. So that narrowed it down to 3, if that's how specific Shrethan wants to get with his research. Before I let you go, I'm going to try one more search, not using Shrethan's idea. But I know that Andrea, I don't know why so I'm going to go out, and I know I can switch. I want to go out of the science one, so give me a second. Backing. I know there's an easier way to do this, and I'm sure you're going to be like, Ms. Winger, just push that button, but you're not here to tell me. All right, so I'm in the science one. Ooh, look, coronavirus from Ms. Winger. And I'm going to hit middle school here, and I'm going to put in, because I know that Andrea is doing golf course design. So golf course design. Okay. I'm going to try just golf course for now and see what happens. So you can see all these different, I've got all these kinds of things, but it totally depends on what Andrea is specifically looking for. So he's got lots of things here, but let's see if we can do an advanced search again and go golf course. Architect. Sometimes this works, right? Okay, so we've got lots of different ones on golf course architect. That might actually really help Andrea. So this might be an interesting one because it's someone's different perspective on golf course designs and public golf courses. So Andrea, again, would scan this. If he really likes it, he'll throw it into his Google Drive and go retrieve it first so he doesn't lose it and put it in his passion project folder. He'd hit the cite button up here. He's got all the information he needs for his to go ahead and copy and paste it into his annotated bibliography. He would read the whole article and use the article to answer questions. While he's answering the questions, he's going to make sure he's paraphrasing and that he's citing. So this one is going to be Beard, and it says 15 plus here. So he's actually going to put 15 plus in his parenthetical citation. And then after he's finished reading, he's going to write 100 to 150 word summary on what he read in his own words for the annotated bibliography. And then this may be one of his viable sources. So this is how you use Gale. And I don't know, let's click in there to see if it goes back. Yep. Okay, so try Gale out. It is huge. It's an enormous database with so many different publications. And if you just really get stuck, you'll be amazed at what you can find on here. So good luck with your research. I look forward to seeing how the progress is going.